Hello everybody, welcome to our virtual English class. This is Sergey. Today our lesson will be related to work. The topic is fast food, working at a restaurant. This lesson comes from the book that we used to use. It's called English in Action 2. It's a great book. So let us practice some vocabulary words we will need to start talking about working at the restaurant. So I will read these words. Please listen and repeat after me. So please repeat after me. Carry, pay, cook, pour, eat, serve, greet, talk to, make, wear, order, wipe. Great. Okay, we will look at some pictures and we will try to describe what is going on. We will be using the words from the previous slide, the words we just read, these ones. We will use them to describe these pictures. Okay, all of the verbs will be written in the present continuous form, which is the verb to be, am, is, or are, and the verbs in ing form. For example, number one, the manager is greeting customers. So the manager is saying, good morning. He is greeting customers. So we have the verb greet here in this yellow box. So we use it in an ing form, in a progressive form, greeting, ing. So one more time, the manager is greeting customers. I would like you to stop the video and write these sentences in your notebooks. Please use the words from this box to describe what you see in these pictures. Okay, so stop the video and write the sentences in your notebooks. Okay, so here are the answers. I hope you have the same statements written. I will read the sentences. Please check your answers and repeat after me. 1. The manager is greeting customers. 2. He is wiping the table. 3. He is talking to employees. 4. They're making coffee. 5. They're serving customers. 6. They are wearing uniforms. 7. He is ordering a sandwich. 8. He is paying a cashier. 9. He is eating a hamburger. 10. She is pouring some coffee. 11. She is cooking eggs. 12. She is carrying her tray of food. Okay, so these are the answers to describe the pictures. Okay. Let us look at some other pictures. Now we'll be using the words from this yellow box. The words are mop, prepare, wash, and wipe. All these words are verbs, so they describe a certain action. We will be using them in a present continuous form as well. The present continuous form, once again, is a specific form of the verb to be, either am, is, or are, depending on the subject, and then an ing form of the action verbs. So we will be using these verbs in an ing form. For mop is going to be mopping, double P. Prepare, it will be preparing. Wash is washing. And the progressive form of the verb wipe is wiping. Okay, so please pause the video, stop the video, and write these 4 sentences in your notebooks. Look at the pictures and use these words in the yellow box in the present continuous form. Okay, here are the answers. I will read the sentences. Please listen and repeat after me. 1. Jennifer is wiping the table. 2. Nicholas and Nancy are preparing donuts. 3. Christina is washing pots. 4. Scott is mopping the floor. So once again, I want you to look at the verb forms here. So Jennifer is one person, it's a singular subject. We use the verb to be in the form is, right? And then wiping is in an ing form. So Jennifer is wiping the table. Nicholas and Nancy, there are 2 people, it's a plural subject. So for plural subjects, we use form are. So Nicholas and Nancy are. And then we have the verb prepare in an ing form, preparing. Okay, Nicholas and Nancy are preparing donuts. Number 3 is about Christina. Christina is a she, it's one person, singular subject, so we use the form is. So Christina is washing pots. So singular subject is used with is. Okay, number 4 is about Scott. Scott is a he, so it's also singular subject. That's why we use is. So Scott is, and then mopping, an ing form of the verb mop. It has double P, mopping. Scott is mopping the floor. Okay. All right. Let us consider this activity where you will describe what you see in the picture. There are 5 sentences and 5 words and 5 expressions or phrases in the yellow box. So please, once again, stop the video and write these 5 sentences in your notebooks. Fill in the blanks, complete these sentences with the words in the yellow box. Please stop the video. Okay, here are the answers. I will read them. Please repeat after me. 1. Penny and Ruth are standing at the counter. 2. They are customers at the restaurant. 3. They are waiting in line. 4. Jane is a cashier. 5. She is working at the cash register. Okay, so we use the word counter, customers, in line, cashier, and cash register, the phrase cash register. Okay. Let's do some more vocabulary practice. We have a list of different verbs in the left column here from 1 to 10. These are all verbs, action words. Okay. And here we have some nouns, some words that name things. Okay. We have to match these verbs with these nouns. You'll be writing letters next to the numbers, matching verbs to the nouns. Okay. We call those word partnerships. So when we use certain nouns with specific verbs, we see some word partnerships. For example, if you're talking about liquids, you can use the verb pour. You pour coffee. You pour juice. You pour water. Okay. Here is another verb, greet. When you say hello to somebody, say good morning, good afternoon, you greet people. So you can say greet customers, greet employees, greet friends. So these are word partnerships. It is easier to understand what a verb means. It's easier to remember, to memorize words if you use them with some other common words they go along with. So let's try to match these verbs with these nouns. I will give you a few minutes. Please stop the video and try to match these words to these ones by writing letters next to the numbers. Okay. Maybe we should take a look at the example. Number 1 says pour. Remember we said that pour has to do with liquids, so you can pour something liquid. So what is something that we can use here? Number 1 is F. Coffee is a liquid, so you pour coffee. Somebody pours coffee in a restaurant for you. So go ahead, stop the video and do the rest of the words. Okay, so here are the answers. Once again, number 1, pour matches coffee. You pour coffee, it's F. You say wipe the counter. The counter is like a table or some piece of furniture that separates a customer from an employee in a restaurant. Okay, so wipe the counter. Number 2 is A. Number 3 is I. Okay, we say mop the floor. So you mop the floor. You wash the floor, you mop it. So 4 is a C. So 4C. Wait in line. 5. Greet. It's a G. Greet customers. 6. Wash the dishes. Wash the dishes. 7. Pay J. The bill. Pay the bill. Number 8. Wear E. A uniform. Wear a uniform. Number 9. Carry B. A tray. Carry a tray. 10. Serve food. Serve food. So those are word partnerships. Okay. Good job, everybody. Okay, here's an interesting activity where you will look at some groups of words or different categories of words, and you will cross out the word or phrase that does not belong, something that is different. So there are 4 words on each line. Okay, 4 words at the number 1, 4 words at the number 2, 4 words at the number 3, and so on. So you need to find one word that doesn't belong to the same group, does not belong to the same category. For example, number 1 has 4 words: wash, wipe, mop, and pay. What do you think the category is here? Wash, wipe, mop, and pay. All of these are verbs. All of these words express some kind of action. So think about it. Washing, wiping, mopping is about cleaning, right? So to keep a place clean, you need to wash it, you need to wipe some, tables, you need to mop the floor. But pay is different. Pay has to do with money. So it's a different group. It's a different category. So that's why we cross it out. It doesn't belong. It's not the same. Okay. So take a look at groups 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and cross out, okay, one word in each group that doesn't belong. Pause the video, stop the video, and try to do number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After you finish, you can click play again. Okay, so here are the answers. We already know that is the verb pay that is different, that doesn't belong in number 1. Number 2 has 4 words: eat, cook, prepare, and make. So cooking, preparing, making is about food preparation, so getting something ready. And eating is actually the opposite thing, right? It doesn't belong, it's not the same. So you cross out eat. Number 3, employees, customers, manager, and cashier. Looks like employees, a manager, and cashier are people who work in a restaurant, okay? And customers are people who come and get service. So customers is different, is not the same group. So that's why we cross it out. Number 4, pour, drink, wear, and coffee. Okay. So pour is a verb, drink is a verb, coffee is a noun, but they all have to do with liquids, with drinking, right? You pour a liquid, you drink a liquid, and coffee is a liquid too. So wear is a different group verb. It has to do with what somebody has on his or her body. Like we wear clothes, we wear shoes, we wear uniforms. So this is different. So we cross out wear. Okay. You can also consider this group as a group of verbs. If you do that, then probably you should cross out the word coffee because it's a noun. It's not a verb. Pour is a verb action, drink is a verb action, wear is a verb action, and coffee is a noun, it's not action. So if you look at this a little bit differently, you might consider this as a group of verbs as well. So I crossed out wear, but I think you can justify crossing out coffee as well. Number 5, cashier, pay, cash register, and wash. So cashiers deal with money, paying is about money, cash register is where money are stored. So all these are about money except for the verb wash. So wash doesn't belong. It's a different category. That's why we cross it out. Number 6, counter, serve food, cook, and wipe. Yeah. So we have some action verbs here. Something what people who work in a restaurant do. They serve food, they cook, they wipe tables, and counter is a noun. It's just a piece of furniture. So we cross it out. It doesn't belong. It's not the same. Okay. I hope you have the same answers. Okay. So I wanted to try to answer these questions. The first one asks you about some places where you wait in line. The second one is about places where there is a counter. And number 3 is two places where there is a cashier. So think about where you go in the city, where you find these places, where you find these people, and name two places for each question, please. Stop the video and do it in writing. All right. The final thing is going to be a conversational practice using present continuous tense, yes and no questions, short answers. We have a picture of restaurant and people who are standing in line. Here is Nicholas. He's an employee in the restaurant. This is Jane, who is a cashier. That is Mr. Lopez, Vince, George, and Pamela. So these four people are customers, and these two people who wear uniforms are employees at the restaurant, the workers in the restaurant. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples here. Now, here are some short answers to present continuous tense questions. It's either yes or no. Then we have a subject and the verb to be, either in affirmative form or negative form. So if the answer is yes, then you say yes. For example, she is. If it's a negative answer, no, she is not, or no, she isn't. So isn't is a contraction for is not. So yes, he is. No, he isn't. If it's a plural subject, we say yes, they are, for example, or negative form would be no, they aren't. So look at the picture and answer these questions. All you have to do is you have to write short answers like these ones. Okay, you don't have to write complete sentences, just the short answers. So please stop the video and answer these questions in writing. Okay. All right. Just as an extension, I wanted to look at the picture in the previous slide and write a couple of more questions. Actually, they want you to write 5 more questions about the picture. Okay, use the present continuous tense. You can go back to the previous slide and look at the examples one more time, okay? And try to make some questions that we don't have here, okay? Okay. After you finish, you can actually do this activity with the conversation. You can ask somebody in your family to read these questions for you, so you can answer them with short answers, and then you can switch the roles, and you can read the answers, and your family member can answer in a short way. So practice this as a conversation. Okay, I hope you going to have fun, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching. Please stay in touch and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Bye.